You can hear me loud and clear. I'm still a little bit under the weather. Still have a mild sinus infection, but I'm here. I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, ready to chop it up with the family. Hope you guys had a productive week, and I hope you're going to have a productive weekend. Um, while we got the family in here, I know most of you heard the news about our brother Kevin Samuels. The reports are coming in that our brother Kevin Samuels has passed away. Now, the details of why he passed is kind of all over the place, and many of the mainstream media outlets, they have not really confirmed yet. I think Revolt is the only mainstream media outlet, semi-mainstream, that has confirmed his death. So um, a lot of people were talking about it all day. His name has been trending all day. So it looked like it is something that is pretty much confirmed. I've heard from a few um, very reliable sources that the brothers transitioned, and nobody from the family, they're not putting out any statements yet, but they'll be probably putting out statements by tomorrow. A lot of people are waiting on TMZ to speak on it. Usually, when TMZ reports on something, they got accurate information. But but again, a lot of people have already confirmed that our brother is transitioned. So we got to send an RIP and a respect to him and respect to his family. Kevin Samuels, he did a lot of good things with the way he marketed himself, and there's some people who disagreed with some of his ideologies, and I get on that in a minute. But my man was a marketing genius. You got to pop your collar to that. Some people had issues with him. Kevin Samuels always showed me respect. Me and him, we never had any bones. I've always given him props. He's always shown me respect. So we were very cool in that regard. But what's interesting now that the news of our brother passing, you have a lot of people from Nissan Altima Twitter calling themselves celebrating. You have Bucci Cat Matters. A lot of them are celebrating, and let's be very clear: a lot of the Bucci Brigade, all of these people, they're trying to get clout. Some people have been sending me some of these Democratic operatives and all of these folks. Um, People have been sending me things. Um, from some of these folks who are really trying to get attention. You got some people, some of these moist little Negroes who will sit up here and say something crazy just so that they can get some clicks and views. So yeah, I don't really give them any play. A few of y'all have sent me some of those moist dudes, and I'm not going to even retweet or give them any kind of energy or juice. Yeah, these are the dudes who are trying to get clout off of a tragedy. A lot of people are complaining, talking about what he said this about sisters and said that. And Kevin was very provocative and he knew how to stir the pot up in order to get views. But ultimately, a lot of stuff and a lot of things he did brought conversations to the table. He put a lot of conversations out there in the forefront. And I think that was constructive at the end of the day. So let's chime in with the family. I want to know a lot of people in here. What are your thoughts on the news of our brother Kevin? Let's get this guy here. I don't know what your name is. Sizlex. Sizlex, hop on. All right, Sizlex.
I'm like a fan rap page. Yo,
Hello.
what's up, man? I just want to say RP to Kevin Samuels.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, and what he did, it was just a character. Like he wasn't like really like that's just his way to make his money. That's his brand, and like people took it too serious. But yeah, rest in peace.
No doubt. Thank you, brother. You know
Yeah.
what? Somebody did something real tacky. News One, they put out a headline. Let me read the actual headline. I thought it was very tacky what News One said. And again, News One is run by the Bussy Brigade. Hold on. I thought this was real tacky. Hold on. Let me read the headline verbatim. Okay. And remember, News One, that's another Democratic operative site. Um, this is News One. It says Kevin Samuels, death rumors go viral amid unverified reports. Misogynist died at 56. News One, you guys are tacky bootlickers. You guys are so corny over there at News One. Those are those blabbity blacks. And let's be clear, a lot of Oxtail and Joloff Twitter is celebrating too. By the way, you don't miss that. Look at some of the people who are celebrating. Look at some of these foreign flags. I don't want y'all to miss that part of the game either. They hate to be called out, but they like to do little shit, and they try to attack us by proxy. They'll use one foundation of Black American as a proxy for all of us. I don't want y'all to miss that part of the game either. Look at some of these foreign flags that's doing a lot of the grease throwing. All right, let me get some more people up in here. Let me get some of these sisters in here. Let's get Belle Mims. I'm gonna get you. And then I'm gonna get, who is this person? Wraith Ghost. I get him. And then I'm gonna get who is this? Q, looking like a member of B2K. I get Q in here. What's up, Q? All right, so let's get Belle. Belle, speak on it, sis.
Hi, I'm Tariq. Thanks for everything that you're doing. I've been listening and watching all your movies for a minute, so I appreciate it.
Respect.
Um, when it comes to Kevin Samuels, I'm torn between the things that he would say, only because a lot of the things he would say were they were true. I'm 40 with kids, it kind of happens, you know what I mean? So you have to be a realist with it, but the clout chasing is crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's unfortunate because we're doing it to our own. And at the end of the day, it's like he did put some things out there that made us think a little bit harder, whether we liked his approach or not. And hopefully
yeah.
people were taking notes and they take the game and spin it and continue to teach because he was teaching if you liked it or not.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And you got to give him credit on that. Thank you so much for the call.
Thank you.
Yeah, the brother, he put some very provocative information and topics on the table, and he put it out there in a certain way that he knew would get clicks, and he knew it would kind of stir up the pot. So again, my man was a very good marketer. I give him that. Um, Wraith, hop in, Wraith.
What's going on, Tariq?
What's up, OG? How you doing, man?
Not much, man. Look, I've been backing you. I've been behind you. I've watched all your movies. Just real quick, man. It's real sick how we put the mirror in front of ourselves. As soon as I heard it, I knew for a fact to look for people talking crazy. And what's so sad about it, it just proves that some people just don't like truth, man. Be
Yeah,
one, I'm out.
much respect to you, brother. All right, let's get Q. Hop in, brother Q.
What's going on with you, Tariq?
Hey, man,
Peace
how
and
you
love to
doing?
the family.
No doubt. How are you,
Doing
brother?
well, man. I'm doing very well, just out here living and learning, man.
Yes, sir.
As far as the brother Kevin Samuels going and transcending, going to the other side, man, it truly is tragic. And what's even more tragic is, like you was just saying, the dirt that's being put on his name and by all these shills and different people, different folks. But because for the most part, his articulation in terms of how, like you said, get his marketing and how he would, carry himself with his message in terms of how he was trying to, you know, put us on game in his own way.
Yeah.
And man, it's just, it's a whole thing, bro. That's all I
No,
got to say. My brother Check, our brother Check wants in, so give him a look. Peace and love. Peace.
no doubt. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get who is this person? Trio Fly. Trio Fly.
Tree of life. Tree
Trio
of
Life.
life.
Oh, okay, Trio
What
Life.
up, man?
How you doing, fam?
It's all good. I'm good, man. How you been, man? I ain't talked to you since the Hidden Colors premiere. But speaking of what's going on with this, man, I just think it's really sad that people take the opportunity to down somebody who was actually talking a lot of truth. And like you said, it brought a lot of conversations to the table. Me and my lady had a lot of different conversations about different things that we probably wouldn't even spoke about if it wasn't for his platform. So
No doubt.
rest in peace to that brother.
Much respect. Thank you, brother. Sis, let's get the sis on right now. Patricia, hop on, beloved.
Oh, hi, Tariq. I just heard about Kevin, and that's really sad news. I stopped listening to him for a long, a long time ago, but I kind of came to the conclusion that he may be gay. Another thing, it's not good to degrade your women like that in public. If he could have gotten with you or Farrakhan or some group and you all, call the women together and we do this privately. But when he would do that for the whole world to hear, that devalues us and put our lives in jeopardy, the women and our children, our girls. Millions of us are being kidnapped. People are being pulled, out of their cars and being kidnapped and all that and raped. So what he did was dangerous. And I did hear some black men call into his show and tell him that they didn't appreciate that. They didn't threaten him, but they let him know because they're putting their daughters in jeopardy too and their wives. They let him know that they didn't appreciate what he was doing to black women. He wouldn't do that to white women. You see what I mean? So I didn't wish him any bad, anything like that. But in a way, it's good he's gone, and I hope he set an example for the next black man who wants to go nationally or globally and disrespect black women. Thank you.
All right, sis said she said he good. He's gone now. Okay, all right. Hey, I'll speak on how you feel. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I don't agree with that. But Stephanie, hop on.
Hello. Yeah, I think it's twofold. I would say, of course, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but I believe that it was a construct,
Hmm.
a major construct that was built on behalf of the platform that he was building. So I'm actually, my view on it is kind of detached from Kevin Samuels the person, even though he has passed on, rest in peace, but the construct has fallen, unfortunately. I mean, it's a mature conversation. It's a complex conversation. I actually think that it's a sign and a wonder as a believer. So I don't want to go too far into the spiritual rabbit hole, but you can't really say, I would never say, someone losing their life is a great thing. It's just a sign and a wonder because it's massive. It's a massive construct that has been brought down, unfortunately.
All right. Well,
Fortunately.
thank you so much, Steph. All right, and from what I understand, I think they're gonna. And I've been just hearing things. Nothing is confirmed, but I've just been hearing from some reliable sources that they're gonna take the body out to Oklahoma. I think that's where he's from originally, and I heard they're planning the funeral already to be in Oklahoma. So we're just waiting on some official statements from the family or any kind of spokesperson that he might have. Let's get Brother Rye in here. What's up, Brother Raheem Shabazz, my good brother? Hop in, Ra.
Yeah, peace and black power, man. I just want to chime in and say this, right? It's very unfortunate that people are taking the passing of our brother and making disparaging statements and things like that. A lot of these individuals are nothing but prostitutes for likes and concubines for comments. I didn't always agree with him. He had a very strong opinion. He stood 10 toes down on it. And not only that, he took social media by storm. And
Yep.
that's how a lot of us know of him. So he did that in life and he did that in death because right now he's trending on Twitter. So we got to ask ourselves, what is our legacy going to be? Are people going to be talking to us or about us after our demise? And that's all I want to say.
Much respect to you, Brother Ra. And by the way, Brother Ra, he's in the new film that we're doing about the Maroons. Our brother Ra, he's spitting some good game in that. Let's get Sunshine in here. Sunshine. Sunshine. Oh, she bounced. Let's get Irie. Let's get Irie in here.
Brother Tariq, good evening. Good evening.
What's up,
Thank
brother?
you.
How are
Oh, everything's well, man. Everything's well. Thank you. I hope everything is good for you and the family also.
you? No doubt.
Congratulations on
No
your
doubt.
addition also. Brother, it's it's weird, I wasn't really too heavy, about brother Kevin Samuels as far as like following him, trying to, religify the brother. It was just very refreshing to see a black man hold the space, be able to go ahead and present himself in a presentable manner, and then be able to go ahead and actually.
Okay, okay, brother. Okay, brother.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna have
know.
you. You got, brother. You got to give the baby some juice and put them to bed. All right. Much respect. Yeah, it was there. Yeah, it's. I don't know. You look like you're on the East Coast. Those babies need to be in bed right now. Much respect to the babies, but I have you call later when you put the babies to bed. And put the babies in bed and put on SpongeBob and let them go to sleep watching SpongeBob. Let's get Mr. 1950 in here.
Hey, what's going on, man? Appreciate the time. Just wanted to say something really quick. I know the young lady was talking earlier about Kevin Samuels putting black women in jeopardy, and but I just first and foremost, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I wasn't a huge fan. I was kind of a listener every time for time, but I didn't agree with a lot of things. But I will say this is that we need more black men in general to speak on their truths, no matter what lane they're in. They need
Yeah,
to speak on their truth, and they can't be afraid of that. And I think the sister came on, and I know she had some ill will about speaking upon his death, but these are the same women who want to be protected by black men, but yet they don't have our backs when things like this happen. And I think that is so hypocritical for somebody to come on here and say they didn't care about this person dying. Now, if it was in reverse, if it was a woman, it was a powerful woman in their community that they felt like, oh, this person, and we was wishing death, and because they didn't agree, like, are you serious? It's 2022, and people get mad at us for not for they want us to die for not agreeing with them. My
right.
brother, my brother is crazy out here, man, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, brother. And my brother, you made a very good point. A lot of the people on Edge Control Jail Twitter sitting up here trying to celebrate Kevin Samuels dying, talking about how happy they are. Now, these are the same people that'll be hugged up with a race soldier for killing one of their damn relatives. See, this is what I don't like. If one of these race soldiers kill one of your relatives, you're standing up there at a press conference with Benjamin Crump talking about how much you forgive every damn body. So don't have all of this crazy death smoke for black folks. And y'all be the same forgiving Negroes when it's somebody white who has aggrieved you or your loved one. You see, that's the kind of smoke that I ain't feeling. Let's get our brother Terrain Walker in here. What's up? What's up, brother Terrain? Waiting on Terrain's microphone to hop on.
What's good, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, family. How are you?
Good, man. It's good to finally talk to you. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to the brother Kevin Samuels. And I'm going to be real brief here. What I saw tonight on Twitter was some of the worst stuff I've ever seen on this app, man. I've never seen so many black women and black men celebrating the possible death and the eventual death of a black man over his opinion. It's crazy to me.
Yep.
And
Yep.
what's scary about that is if you look at the people who are celebrating this, these are people who work in media. These are people who work
Yes.
in, the legal field. These are people who have control of people of young black people's lives, and these is how they feel about a black man's death because they didn't like what he said. I think that is the most horrifying thing out of all of this, and you see it more often than not. But it really came out tonight, and it's disgusting. So I just want to say we just have to keep this brother's legacy going. If we want to speak, say what we want to say, let's speak. Let's not be afraid to do that, and rest in peace to the brother.
No doubt. Thank you so much, brother. And my man made a good point. A lot of these people, man, if you look at a lot of the people talking greasy, these are these Negroes who are these Democratic operatives. A lot of them are clicked in with the left wing media. A lot of them have a lot of foreign flags. I want y'all to notice that. Don't miss that. Let's get what's your name? Am Lisette.
You
Am
got it,
Lisette.
Tariq.
How are
Thank
you,
you
Am
for having
Lisette?
me. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for putting this on. So, this is what I want to say. I think I'm maybe in the minority of Black females who didn't necessarily hate Kevin Samuels. And even though I didn't always agree with everything that, or the point of views that he had, particularly on the cheating part, or how the value men can cheat, things that were going against the moral fabric that he proclaimed for the Black community, and then he would kind of waver on certain things. But I'm actually kind of shocked at the whole celebrating of his death. I thought we were better than that as a people, that we can
Mhm.
disagree on things and still, I mean, people are putting him up with bin Laden and Putin. I don't get it. This
Wow.
is amazing. Really
Wow.
amazing. They're on Clubhouse talking about this. I've listened to several rooms there. So I'm really surprised because one thing, I'd rather someone be an influencer and stand for something, even if I don't 100% agree with it, than go out in this world without saying anything. So I don't have to agree with everything that Kevin Samuels did. I could tell you, I think there's a complex relationship between the community and Kevin Samuels, and he is going to have a legacy. Look how long people have been talking about him before even confirming his death. Just the speculation of him dying was actually causing people to talk about his influence and legacy right there and then. So I think there's that part, and then the last part to me is there's the difference between the message and everything else behind Kevin Samuels. I didn't think he was the most credible person in terms of credentialing, education, different areas. As people been in the game way longer than Kevin Samuels, who could really speak on these items, but he was the most vocal. He took the platform, ran with it, and made a name for himself. And he showed YouTubers and influencers how to really make it big in that arena. So there was a hustle and a business aspect to what he was doing. And I think we need to separate that. You take the meat, throw away the bones, and that's really I've improved my marriage on certain things that he said, but I didn't have to listen to everything for me to gain something. And I think we have to learn to mature, to take the meat, throw away the bones with certain people, and don't feel like we have to agree with every single thing and then wish death on them if something does happen to them, especially within our own community. White people know how to do it all the time, Tariq. We can't seem to get it.
I 100% agree, sister. I agree 100%. Very good perspective. Thank you so much, beloved. Let's get Tammy in here. Tammy,
Hello, Tariq. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Tam?
Fine, I'm doing okay. I just wanted to put it out there because there's been like speculation on how he died, but I know he previously had cancer, so I don't know if that might have been the reason, but I just wanted to put that out there. But it's sad. I mean, he was really young. I feel bad about it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We don't know yet what happened because again, there has not been an official report by the authorities down there in Georgia, which is where I think he died. But we're just waiting on the official word of what actually happened. Let's get Brother Danger.
Hey, how you doing, brother Tariq?
How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm good. It's just weird taking this lens, seeing how divided everybody is. I seen something that said that he created the division. Talking about Kevin Samuels.
Yeah,
I don't believe so. I believe he sparked conversations that had us realizing that there were different opinions and outlooks on things between black men and black women, which was okay. Whether you agree with him or not, his delivery, people talk about, are you really celebrating the death of a man because you disagree with his delivery?
yeah,
That's just weird to me. Like, it's just real weird energy. Like, and like it's dudes out here like Zimmerman signing books, and we celebrating. I'm saying we loosely, but it's black people celebrating that Kevin Samuels is dead.
real talk. Yeah, so my thing is you got to have that energy for everybody all across the board. Let's get Caleb in here. Caleb, then we get Michelle.
Yeah, I actually sad that Kevin's gone. A lot of people be like, "Oh, I don't agree with necessarily everything he said," but honestly, I think he had a good message. Was he expected people to hello?
Yeah,
Okay, he expected people to be reasonable with their requests, and you can't be a bum and broke and think you're going to get Rihanna. You can't be, overweight with everybody's baby and thinking you're going to get, this imaginary high value man. I think he just wanted people to be reasonable and not look down upon, other, black people. Women not looking down on black men, and the average black man not looking down on women. It was. I think he was trying to build some kind of rapport with black people and not looking down upon one another. So I don't know how that turned into hating black women. Is it because he told black women that you're overweight? They just couldn't handle that they felt like, oh, well, he's a bad person. He hates women. Like, I'm not sure where all this hate is coming from.
yeah, man. Heavy, brother. Thank you so much for the call. Let's get Michelle. Michelle, how are you?
Hi, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, dear?
I'm good. How's Lexi doing?
She's good. She's sitting over here rubbing her stomach. She's chilling.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, indeed.
My thing is about Kevin Samuels. I wasn't a fan of his,
Mm-hmm.
and he was entitled to his opinion. But my thing is, his opinion was sort of disrespectful in a way.
How so?
Um, what'd you say?
I said, how so? How was his opinion disrespectful?
Well, it's just that mm, it's just it just rubbed me the wrong way because a lot of the things that he was talking about and saying was like, that it doesn't fit everybody. Like, far as women's weight, you don't know why some women are heavy. You don't know why some women are whatever. But I just didn't agree with that part
Uh,
because I had a physical accident and I've been messed up for 10 years or so, and it's kept me from doing the things I used to do before I put the weight on.
I
So
got it.
don't
But let's be
don't make
clear. That's rare,
assumptions.
but you got to understand that is rare. Everybody, there's a bunch of accident victims out there. If that's the case, all right.
And that's my thing. Don't make assumptions to why somebody is overweight. Don't make assumptions to why somebody is a certain way. And I'm actually shocked that he's dead because he's not a old. He wasn't an old man. So I'm not celebrating his death, but I'm shocked he's dead.
Yes, ma'am. But thank you so much, Michelle. Now, here's the
You're
thing.
welcome.
The thing is, look, a lot of stuff. The brother, you can have your opinions or whatever, but a lot of stuff he said was, he was brutally honest about a lot of stuff, and sometimes people are not used to brutal honesty, especially in our community. We like for people to lie. And Kevin had a lot of female listeners. And I think a lot of the women were listening because they knew that there was some truth in what he was saying. And I didn't listen to a lot of his stuff, but from the stuff that I did listen to, he would go in on some of the men and he would say some truths about men. Men, you can't be broke and you can't be out here slacking and think you're gonna get the top notch women, and women, you got to have your look together. And I've been writing books about that type of stuff for years. And again, I decades ago when I started writing my books, I would have the brutally honest approach. And remember, I used to do something called the Mac Lessons Radio Show, which was the birth of all of this stuff years ago. Some of you new people might not remember the Mac Lessons Radio Show. I used to go in on all of this stuff a long time ago. And part of the appeal of the Mac Lessons Radio Show was the brutal honesty that came with it. And I would give some of the heat to the men and the women. I would go in on the dudes more than the women, but a lot of women are unfortunately um, pandered to by the dominant society, and they don't tell you the truth. They tell you things that's going to ultimately cause you to undermine yourself by not being honest with you. They sit up here and parade the Lizzos around and say, hey, this is body positivity. That's not body positivity. So when somebody says Lizzo is not body positivity, that's not being disrespectful. That's actually trying to help you, because we don't want you running around here about to fall out from cholesterol or whatever and having to twerk with your big flat ass out here on basketball TV screens in order to get clout. That's not a good look. And it's not a good look for dusty niggas to run around here and do what they do. So the criticism goes all the way across the board. All right. But our society is told if you criticize one side of the gender spectrum that you're being disrespectful. No, no. I think my man's appeal was that he was just very honest with his truth. Let's get our sister. Let's what I get April next, but I get Abika. I can't pronounce your name.
Yeah. Hey, Tariq.
How you doing, sir? Now, how do I
Good.
pronounce? How do I pronounce your name?
Abakia.
Abakia. How are you, sir?
Good. So it's a real tragedy. We all loved Kevin, and he's like a social commentary on our lives and like unrealistic expectations, both in terms of women and men. So it's going to be hard to replace him. I know all these second-tier dating websites and dating shows. I mean,
Yeah.
would be trying to fill the gap, but it's going to be a huge loss. But Tariq, I have to say that I am from Ethiopia, and the lady you had two persons before me. Amleset, she's also from Eritrea.
Okay.
I don't think you mentioning people with these flags saying things, I don't think that's the right thing because I haven't seen that much. I'm sure you're trying to say Africans. I haven't seen any Africans saying shit about Kevin tonight. Uh, it
Yeah.
was mostly black women and black men saying stuff about him. I'm sure there is going to be like a few people who say that, but there's no point in dividing
Well, no,
the
I'm gonna.
diaspora.
I gotta point it out. I saw a lot of Caribbean flags, women with these Caribbean flags, kind of talking greasy, and the dudes are usually these Bussy Live Matter dudes. So we're calling that stuff out. But anyway, thank you for the call, brother. Let's get our sister April in here. April, hop on, beloved.
Hey, hey,
How are
peace.
you?
Doing good. Peace, power, and reparations to the people. I think that last caller was a demonstration of why we need to stop the flatness of blackness, right?
Yeah,
Because they love to say that black people can't do this and black people can't do that. Y'all aren't black, right? But my thoughts are, it's a lot of Black American hate, and what I've seen tonight has been very telling, and I hope that my people are paying attention to the people that are celebrating the death of this Black American man. Women hate the truth. They enjoy being lied to. They really worship like Derek Jackson, who was literally cheating on his wife, right? I also think that people should stop internalizing shit from people on the internet. Like, it should not affect your life that much, especially when these women actually called in and asked him for his opinion. You
right.
can't ask someone for their opinion and get upset with what they have to say. You should never have fucking called. So I just wanted to say that, can we stop saying all Black people? Let's be clear. Let's start saying melanated people needed to get it together, because I don't see Black American women celebrating the death of this man. And I absolutely didn't agree with all that he had to say, but I am not celebrating the death of this man. But the ones that I have, absolutely, it's been very telling. So
Ma'am.
thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, beloved. All right, let's get Nisha. Let's get Nisha in here.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you,
Good.
Nisha?
I've been watching Kevin Samuels for a little minute now, and I can honestly say that I do not agree, with everything that he says, but I definitely agree with, the how would I say it? Like the health problems in the Black community. I am 23 years old. I'm currently a nutrition major, and I definitely believe in Black women's health. And I definitely, I we need to do better. Like, we are one of the highest rates in obesity in America, and I think that's definitely something we should improve on.
Right, right. And yeah, my man, thank you for the call, beloved. Yeah, he was giving good advice as far as that. Sometimes it's harsh truth. Um, a lot of the dudes, if you're dusty, you got to step it up. You got to step your money game up. You got to step your mouthpiece game up. I used to go in on dusty dudes on my Mac lesson show all the time, and the women out here, y'all want to get ballers. You got to get your physical game in order. In order to get the ballers, that's just how it is. That's not disrespectful. That's just how the game is. You want a top level dude, you got to have top level looks. That's just honest reality. Let's just be very clear. Dudes, you can't get those dimes if you are dusty and your money ain't right and your mouthpiece is not crisp. We have to start stepping it up. This is real talk. This is real talk. And again, we're fed so many lies as Black folks from the dominant society. They run this game on us and they promote dustiness and less than stellar activities from us. So this is why we have to start being exceptional on our own recognizance. We have to start stepping it up. That's just the reality. Let's get what's up, Web June? I can't pronounce your name. Some of these names. Web June. Web Jumper. Okay, I got to read the whole word. Web Jumper. All right, Web Jumper. You want to turn your microphone on? All right, Web Jumper's playing around. Let's get Sega Saturn in here. All right, Sega Saturn. All right, now listen, guys. If you have an iPhone 1, do not try to call up. You know your phone is janky. Do not try to call up if you know your phone is janky. Let's get DH Truth, and let's get Store Your Lighter. I get Store Your Lighter next. But DH Truth, hop on.
Great.
How you doing, brother? Where you calling from?
Calling from out Pittsburgh.
There you go. What's on your mind, brother?
FBA, of course.
No doubt. All
Check out
day.
the podcast. But it's very sad passing away of our brother. I don't really want to critique him after his death because that feels kind of corny to me. But I'd say if I had his show, I would have used just a touch more tact, but they asked for it, so you can't really call them ignorant.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes, bro.
There it is, man. Real talk. Let's get Natanya.
Shalom, family.
How are you, Natanya?
I'm good. Thank you for letting me speak. I just want to say that I think it's really disgusting, some of the posts that I've been seeing about this man. I wasn't really a follower of him like that. I listen to him occasionally. But I mean, we got to keep it real, ladies. A lot of us are completely out of pocket. A lot of us is really out here doing the most. You know what I'm saying? I just think that with this new morality that's going around, all this PC talk, you can't speak truth to power the way we want. Well, I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. You know, it was just different back then. You know what I'm saying? You could tell somebody, yo, you out of pocket. You need to fix that. You know what I'm saying? And we could take that and be like, you know what? Then maybe I should look at myself. I'm gonna use myself as an example. When I was a young woman, I'm 50 now, but I was like pinky out. You know what I'm saying? I had like a real funky attitude, and I would always blame other women. Like, oh, it ain't me with the attitude, it's them. But then I had a real friend that came at me like real, like, listen, bitch, I'ma just keep it 100 with you. You got mad chips on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really need to check yourself. And I had to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Only a real friend, somebody that care about you, is going to tell you the real. And if we out of pocket, ladies, we got to look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at the shit that we doing. We running around here with our titties all out, ass all out, weave down our back, and then looking crazy when a nigga come at you sideways. Like, it's all in your presentation. You know what I'm saying? Like that old joke went, you can't be wearing a whole uniform and then get mad when a nigga come and smack you on your ass. You know what I'm saying? We got to tighten our shit up, bottom line. And I'm just really disheartened that I'm seeing all this hate for this man. Like I said, I wasn't a follower of him like that, but I can accept truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's all I want to say. I just think that we really need.
Thank you so much, beloved. We got to land that plane, but thank you. You made some very good points. Let's get here for, well, Store Your Lighter. Store Your Lighter. Let's get my brother Store Your Lighter in here.
Hey, somebody got a lighter up in here. Can y'all hear me? I want to
There
make sure
you,
my audio right.
there you go. What's up, family?
I'm good, man. I ain't FBA, but 1000% support the movement, man. Y'all knew
Mhm.
what's so, you feel me? But it's just crazy watching all of this stuff unfold on Twitter about like how they're rejoicing is, and like much to echo what y'all was saying, like you can't. His message was simple. His message was clear. People took that stuff too far and took it to heart for being complacent. Like you were saying, we was told things by previous generations. They was just trying to lead us the best they could, but some of the things they were slightly off on, and he helped. He was that brutally honest uncle that some of us didn't have.
Yes, sir. Sir. Thank you so much, brother. Now, Insider, you keep popping in. Pop in, Insider. What's up, bro?
One love to the FBI and shout out to the CIA. I don't even want to say it yet until I hear from like a news organization, and I know a lot of his friends and family have confirmed it from their perspective. But I will say the people who are out here celebrating and being and posting happy posts about what is rumored to happen. Um, those are the people whose opinions I don't care about. They are outing themselves with their attitude. They're outing their thought processes, and they need to stay in their corner. And those are the people, honestly, I don't think he was even talking to. I don't think Kevin Samuels was even talking to those kind of people because we can't save everybody.
That's
Some
right.
people don't want to be saved. Some people don't want to listen. And that's even is something I've actually kind of found within myself. I can't save everybody, and I'm talking to men and women. You can't save everybody. So whoever wants to learn will learn. Whoever doesn't want to learn, they'll find out the hard way. Unfortunate way to say it. So,
Thank, all right. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get Rude. Rude Awaken. Let's get Rude Awaken in here.
Hello.
What's up, Rude Awaken?
What's good, man?
Where you calling from, brother?
Jersey.
All right. What's on your mind?
Yeah, it's sad what was going on with the brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what do you think about this new House Speaker? I see a lot of Haitians, they rejoicing and all of that over that. It's a nothing burger to us,
Yeah.
but to them it's something.
Yeah, for those who don't know what my brother's talking about, they got this new House Speaker that Biden has rolled out. That Haitian chick, Jean Pierre, and she blocked me a long time ago because I've been calling her ass out. So she blocked me a long time ago. She's one of them stud wenches. Got her a white woman. So yeah, she blocked me a couple of years ago. So I've been on her bumper about her little janky ways. But yeah, they done paraded her around and made her the House Speaker, and whatever they made her, and it's a nothing burger. They're gonna try to parade her around like, hey, look, black folks, look at what we're doing for you. We put a Haitian lesbian up here in this position, so this is going to be your representative. No, thank you. She is not our representative. I am not impressed. That is a nothing burger. Where the hell are my reparations monies? All right. We're not going for any symbolic gestures. I want my reparations money. Bro Noir. Bro Noir.
Bro Noir, thank you, man. What's going on tonight? I kind of grew up listening to all of those the Alpha Bro podcasts, and the thing about Kevin Samuels is that he built an entire platform off of denigrating a particular group of people, black women. Black women in this country have never once had it easy. I encourage everyone to go and read Medical Bondage about the origins of American gynecology. Absolutely horrific shit. Black women have had it extremely hard in this country. And the complaint that black women are hard is what other choice did they have? So Kevin Samuels coming out and telling a woman that you're over 30 and you have kids, so you don't deserve love and you need to shoot within your range. It's
Did he say that? Did he say you don't?
very every time, several times. You guys don't. I can't link a video here, but I can literally link to 2 or 3 reaction videos recently before his untimely passing. It is when you describe someone who punches down, it doesn't mean necessarily that you look down upon them. It's that that person is or that group is already under attack, and you're deciding to attack them more, which is what he decided to do. I wrote a book about coonery, and the main thing about cooning is if a white racist can use anything you say to attack black people further, you're doing them a favor. And that's the thing with Kevin Samuels. I don't the people who are celebrating his death, it's distasteful, but when you build a platform off of disrespect, you're kind of you're gonna get some anger. So I understand why they're doing it. I'm not happy that they're doing it, but I get where they're coming from.
Okay. There it is. All right, brother. Well, thank you for your call and your opinion, sir. I respect that. Let's get okay, Sega, whatever your name is, Sega Saturn, you ready? All right. Sega Saturn, you got it together? We're letting everybody get their opinion in. If that's what's on your mind, that's what's on your mind. Let's get Emanuela. Let's get her in here. Then we're going to get Teresa in here. We're going to get some of these sisters in here to chop up. I would like to hear from them. But Emanuela, let's get Emanuela in here. Emanuela, let's get you in here, dear. Oh, are you still there, Manuela? Turn your microphone on, Manuela.
Oh, hello. Can you hear
Hello,
me?
how are you?
I'm good, thank
I can
you.
hear you.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to quickly speak on the whole Kevin Samuels issue. Well, I think
Hold on
that
a second. Okay, I hear an accent. Are you in the UK?
no, I'm not in the UK. I'm actually in Shanghai, China, but I'm originally from South Africa.
Oh, I see. Got it. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I would listen to Kevin Samuels. I actually would follow him and listen to him a lot. And I think that some of the points that he would make were, good points. How um, um, carry ourselves, about our mentality, our attitude, and all that stuff. Like that was really good. But somewhere along the line, I feel like his message started to get very divisive in a way, among the men and women in the Black community. I think that some of the things that he was saying were actually very disrespectful. Um, so that's when I stopped kind of listening to him. And
Oh,
another, like, just proof of that was recently, a lady that I know that's actually a friend of mine. She recently turned 35, and she recently came across one of his posts, and she actually had called me, and she was, filled with fear because she had just seen a post about how when you're at this age 35, you're going to die alone, and all of that rhetoric that is being spewed out. So I do think that he did have somewhat of a good message initially, but I think that a lot of people, it gained a lot of momentum, and then he saw that he was gaining a lot of popularity by, disrespecting Black women, which I think that was not, a good way to go.
oh.
So
All right. Well,
yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Um, I think, and again, I wasn't a regular watcher of our brother Kevin. I watched little snippets of his video. I didn't watch him on on a regular basis. I will admit I didn't watch him on a regular basis. So a lot of the stuff, if y'all said he said this, said that, I'm not going to defend or negate what he said because again, I didn't listen to it and I didn't listen to the context of what it is. But when people are talking about or giving women advice on dating and reaching a certain age, I think that it can be constructive if somebody's being honest about dating in certain age ranges that happen with women, because when women date, there are age ranges there that are very specific to your viability, meaning that a lot of women, when you get to a certain age, are not going to have the same type of options that you had when you were younger. There's a certain window there to a certain degree, just based on biology. Okay. So when a person says, "Hey, when you get into your 30s and you're still doing this, that, and the third, you gotta kind of buckle down and step it up." That can be constructive. That's not necessarily disrespect. If I say to sisters, and I've said to women before, and not just Black women, just women in general. I would give advice to all women. Um, when you are in your 20s, you can have your fun, but you better understand those 20s. You better make some good decisions in your 20s. Your dating lifestyle is like an investment. You better make good dating investments in your 20s. A lot of people like to trick off and party and BS all through their 20s and early 30s, and then you want to slow it down when you're in your late 30s, and by that time you already got a couple of kids and all. You have what's considered baggage when you step into the dating arena in a serious manner. So I don't think if you say it that way, that's bashing. I think that's kind of being a little realistic, just so that people understand what they're getting into. There's consequences to your actions, but that's just me. I hear somebody shuffling around in here. Whose microphone is that? Is that Dimitri?
Yes.
How you doing, Dimitri?
I'm doing well, man. Yeah, I just tuned in because I think it's unfortunate how so many people are going at Kevin Samuel's head, but primarily it's like myself as a foundational Black American. I'm here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when I was starting to try to settle down, like get out these streets, because I believe it was like a live on IG you was putting on game, and like I fixed my swag, and
Yeah,
then I like got out here. Next thing you know, I'm like, man, what is going on? So Kevin Samuels comes out, and I'm like, yeah, man, because I'm thinking like as I matured, my mind changed from what I thought I could get three wives, in a house.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but as I matured, I'm thinking sisters weren't mature, but they stayed with the same mindset. And just to just round it up, I just find it ludicrous how these ladies are going at Kevin Samuels. But the best way to come back to them is just to say, "Where's your ring?
yeah.
Are you married? Do you have a nuclear black family?" Yeah.
There you go, my man. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get Teresa. Teresa, hop on, dear. Teresa, turn your microphone on.
I'm sorry. Hello, Tariq.
How are you, dear?
I am fine. Thank you for hosting this space tonight. I'm in Atlanta. I wouldn't say I was a fan of Kevin, but he did give some good insight from time to time. Like what you said to the caller, um, one caller back, the way you delivered what you said about women in their 20s. Very tactful, very tasteful, where a woman could receive it.
Right, right.
Kevin's delivery was none of that. It was often brash,
Yeah.
it was often harsh, it was very demeaning, and it was always, maybe 99.9% of the time, directed at a young black woman.
Hmm.
And it was offensive. And I I'm around the same age as you,
Hmm.
so I don't really get the celebration of one losing their life, but I understand. I
Hmm.
understand where those young ladies are coming from.
There you go. All right, thank you, Miss Teresa. I appreciate you, beloved. Trend. Let's get Trend in here. Trend.
Hey Tariq, what's up?
What's up, Trend? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from PA.
There you go. What's on your mind?
Yeah, well, for me, foundational Black American male, like young professional. For me, it wasn't about necessarily what he said; it was about what he represented. He kind of represented the class of Black men who are not entertainers and are not athletes, but are kind of just professionals doing their thing, kind of like you in a certain way. And the reaction to his death to me has been hard because it's not necessarily what he said. That's kind of a smokescreen. I think it's how a lot of these people feel about professional young Black men or just Black men in general. So a lot of the people who will use some of the controversial stuff he said, but if you look at their tweets and what they've said about Black men in general, that's just how they feel about Black men in general. So
Uh,
don't get confused and think it's just a Kevin thing.
right. That's a great point, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, like I said earlier, they'll just use Kevin as a proxy. If you look at a lot of these people celebrating his death, these people don't like black men, and many of them don't like foundational black Americans, period. So we got to be very clear on that. Let's get Ruby. I had Ruby on hold for a minute. Ruby Bashard.
Hi, my name is Erica, actually, but I just wanted to say that it's more so how you talk to people. So I'm not a fan, or I never watched Kevin, maybe once or twice back in the day, but I think it's really how you talk to people, because really a lot of people, especially the younger generation, some of the older generation, it's things that they need to hear, but it's really how you talk to people. That's
Yes.
all I got.
Thank you so much. All right, let's get Ebony. Let's get Ebony in here.
How you doing tonight?
Hey, Ebony, how are you, dear?
I'm doing great, thank you. I was going to be really quick. I think with Kevin, I watched him quite a few times, and of course, I'm not gonna say I didn't like him as much. He just wasn't one of my favorites, but he was okay. I think it's more of the saying that goes, "It's not what you say, is how you say it.
Right.
And I feel that that was the problem that he had mostly. Was it wasn't really about what he said, because like a lot of people said on here tonight, he had some great valid points, but it's about how you say it. Just like most of us who was raised up, in that black family home, we know that it's not about how you say it, it's your approach on things. And I just think that his approach was wrong. Once he got kind of further in his career, at the beginning, you could kind of see where he was going with it. But once people get a little bit more fame, they kind of change a little bit. And I think the fame kind of got to him, so it made it come off a little rude later on in his career. But overall, I don't think anyone should ever be celebrating someone's death, especially when it's our people, because at the end of the day, everybody has different personalities. And so, he was still, a good figure in the, African American community.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And you know what? A lot of people saying it's, well, the way he was saying things. Let me tell you something. People like the way he said his stuff. You know why? Because they would tune in the droves to listen. So that's the thing. People say they don't like the way he was saying it, but obviously they did, because when he would go live on YouTube, he would have what, 12, 15,000 live listeners. So people would tune in. So you tune in to something that's touching you. There's something that's touching a nerve that's making you tune in repeatedly. So was he saying it the right way? It was obviously working. The numbers proved it. He had the numbers. We can't negate that. We got to point that out. Let's get Beard Beard Amos. Spare no expense.
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm all right. I'm just want to touch in a little bit from Houston over here. I feel like there's like a lot of misconception of who Kevin Samuel was, and I think a lot of people are taking his clips and what people are saying about him from like friends or things like that. And he was just a direct person. He was a person who brought the mirror to people's face, because we live in a time where a lot of places are politically correct and everybody wants to be nice and everything like that, and then they don't see no results. So he put the mirror he did it to men and women. He did it to men for 3 years, and
Yeah.
nobody paid attention. Nobody said anything. Everybody went along their business. The moment he went to the woman's side and spoke on what women are doing and why they're not getting the results they want, now there's an uproar. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you for the call, brother. Let's get Yvette in here. Yvette, hop in.
Hey, Tyree. Good evening, y'all. My biggest concern is the fact that people forget that your feelings aren't facts. You may not like something that someone says, and it doesn't mean because you hear it out, you're validating all of it or they're your God. So he said a lot of valid things, but if it didn't hit you, it didn't relate to you in terms of your femininity, your weight, or your ability to get a man or a woman, it doesn't apply. This thing about his delivery, everybody's not going to talk to you like you're a princess or a daddy's girl. Now, yes, the sound effects and the name calling was slightly uncalled for, but that is what also kept the show going, simply because the average person can't just sit there and listen to someone speak in a monologue. So
Right.
it's unfortunate because I do believe he was in the prime of the platform growing and he was starting to collaborate with people. But you know, death is inevitable. And I mean, he does have a lot of content out. So at least he didn't just get started. He
Yeah.
has a lot left behind. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, beloved. What's up? Let's get Joe Jacks in here. Joe Jacks. Turn the microphone on, Joe Jacks. Joe got out of here. Big Dot. Let's get Big Dot in here.
Yo, y'all hear me?
I can hear you. How you doing, Big Dot?
I'm alright, man. First, I want to say R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. You know, I used to listen to him, and I feel like people just don't like his delivery. He remind me of Charleston White. You know, it's just how he say shit. It might offend people, but you gotta say it like that to people because they ain't gonna listen to you if you say it nice. We live in a world where you gotta cuss motherfuckers off for them to understand what's going on. But I
Yeah.
respect. I respect him because it's like his brain. What he trying to do is make more families type shit. He just trying to say our women on bullshit right now. Like they believe in money. They'll devalue a man if he don't got no money. He basically trying to say that's why we ain't got no families because y'all looking at men like we money. Like you feel me? That's what I think about it. I say R.I.P. to him. I don't know how he died cardiac arrest. He just went live yesterday and he was healthy. To me, it looked like. So I don't know. So I'm a little skeptical.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the call. Let's get Murphy in here.
Hey Tariq, what's going on?
What's up, Murphy? How are you, sir?
I'm good, I'm good. Tariq, he was all about building healthy relationships, no scam type of thing, you know. You think you get into a good relationship and this girl got a scam going, you know, this is what she do. So nah, he was all about building healthy relationship without the toxicity, you know. So I don't know
There
what
you
all these
go.
other people.
And here's the thing, man. The caller before that made a very good point. A lot of us, man, sometimes we get information, you got to really drive it home with us. With us, you can't really lollygag. When it comes to giving some real advice, sometimes with us, you got to be harsh. Sometimes you got to be brass. You got to be in your face with it for us to really get the attention of the speaker. We got to go there because sometimes when you try to be too nice with the information or you try to be too politically correct, people, it just go past their head. But when you start, you know, bringing it to them in a harsh, abrasive manner, sometimes people can feel it differently. You understand? So we have to look at it from that perspective. What's up, Minks? Let's get Minks in here.
Hey, Tariq. I'm just going to keep it short and brief. I watched them a few times, and I feel like this: you chew the meat, spit out the bones. If it's not something you agree with, turn it off. You
Yeah,
don't have to sit there and listen to it. I don't agree with dancing on somebody's grave or just rejoicing because the man is gone now. I think that's just totally disrespectful. I don't know what has happened to folks. I'm 53. I've never, really seen anything like just not even caring anymore, just having no heart, no empathy or anything. I mean, you don't have to love anyone, if you just have, some sense of, well, you know what, I feel bad for this man's family. He has a family,
right.
he has a family that's grieving. They love him, so that's all I'm going to say. And everybody, have a good night.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good night, Minks. Let's get a couple of more people in here. Let's get AJ. What's up, AJ?
What's going on, Flex? How you?
I'm good. How you doing, fam?
I'm well. I'm well. I look at it as he was just holding people accountable. That's really what it is, and everybody didn't like his delivery. It is
Yeah.
what it is. Truth hurts, lies don't. So
Yes, indeed.
it is what it is, bro.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, man. But yeah, we're doing an RIP to our brother Kevin Samuels. Let's get Coco. Let's get Coco Mom. Turn your microphone on, Coco. Coco, turn your microphone on. All right, let's get it together, Coco.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Coco, how are you, dear?
No, I'm not feeling good. Hey, this news just came as a shock to me. So I just want to pass my condolences to his family, his fans. I really enjoyed watching him on Instagram, and I learned a lot from him. So I
Yeah.
hope his family gets comforted and, yeah, they just get through this tough time. Yeah,
Yes,
shout out
ma'am.
to everyone from South Africa.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
beloved. Shout out to South Africa. Let's get I'm me. Let's get I'm me in here.
Yo, what's good, Tariq? I'll be real quick. Um, I just wanted to say that people saying that they don't agree with what Kevin was saying, but they never articulate what he said was incorrect. And
Right.
the other thing, you see a lot more women like criticizing Kevin
but he went at black men just the same, and
Yeah.
no one says anything that he said about black men was without merit or invalid, but anything that he said about black women, all of us, it was indicative of toxic masculinity or misogyny or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's weird how like black men have to be subject to any criticism, but women, not just black women, but women, we have this society that they are just beyond reproach, you know.
Right.
And the
Right.
other thing is, I had tweeted, like, you see way more black folks uh celebrating Kevin Samuels than when Rush Limbaugh and Don Imus died. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's really good? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Peace. I'll holler
Thank
at
you
you.
so much, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Get Huey. Huey, hop on, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for bringing me on. Just want to say, Kevin Samuels. I thought that he was awesome. Like, I think that in today's society, like a lot of people that do great things, that a lot of times, like, they have a lot of haters as well. And well, just like his field, like it would be easy to, like, beat around the bush and say like the nice things, but one thing I realized about him is he's straight up. He just didn't give a shit. He's like, this is what it is. And
Yeah.
I respect people like that. I respect people like that for sure. And I didn't always agree with like everything that he said, but at the same time, it's like it blows my mind that like people think that you need to think exactly like them, and if not, like that, it just like he does it differently than you. Like he might get his message across differently than you. If you ask most people like what did he say that you disagree with, most people will, like, they'll they won't really have an answer. Just like people said, it's the way that he said it that people don't like. And it's just like people have a different delivery, and like you said, that's what worked for him. Like that's his delivery worked for him, and obviously he left a really big impact, and it really sucks for his family and the people, all the people that looked up for him. It's just unfortunate, and I just don't understand how, even if someone that I like hate died, like that just shows how lost we are as a society, that people are cheering on this guy's death because they disagreed with what he had to say. Like that's anyone doing that is so far gone, just
Mm.
morally, and just it's pathetic. But that's my take on it.
Thank you so much. Let's get Oli in here. What's up, Oli?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? How are you doing?
I'm good, Oli. How are you?
I'm good. I I just wanted to speak on your question tonight, and it's unfortunate
Mm-hmm.
that he passed. I'm not sure how it happened. When I first heard it, I didn't believe it at first. Um, I do hope that, however he passed, that it is cautionary for not just us as Black people, but for Black men to, take care of you guys' self, and
Yeah.
wishing all you guys the best. But I will speak to this, that I didn't listen to him religiously, but I did listen a lot to the people who he took a lot of talking points from. And it kind of sounds like it's getting into a little bit of a feelings, gender warring in here a little bit. And I do think to a certain degree he spoke to that, even to the point where it got a little bit into some, white supremacist propaganda. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it at that, especially since you personally have said that you haven't really listened to him. But
Right.
when I listened to the people that he took his points from and, cross-referenced to that, it raised some eyebrows.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to get into feelings or anything because he has passed.
Yeah.
But I think overall, it's just for us to take care of ourselves, especially Black men out there. For whatever he said, speaking into those points, some were true, but we gotta. The only way we can judge him is to look at what he's built, and in this case, the people he's built up. I don't necessarily see evidence of that, but we can just leave it to that and just, keep him in our thoughts as far as his passing. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
beloved.
Yeah.
Let's get Ani Asaru. Ani Asaru, turn your microphone on.
Yes, can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you. How are you,
I'm
brother?
doing fine, man. Doing fine. I just want to address some of the last callers because I went live on my page and I talked about the unfortunate thing that happened with Kevin Samuels. But a lot of people, the prior callers, were lying when they said it's how he talked to people. The only the only way that he talked to you in a certain way was when they came at him aggressively. So if you actually watched his
Okay.
channel, he would say that. He would say, "Hey, how you treat me is how I treat you," and that's all I had to say.
There you go, man. I appreciate you, brother.
No problem.
Let's get see. Let's get um FBA three. You got a bunch of numbers. All right. Let's get the FBA guy with a bunch of numbers. Okay, he got out of here. Let's get Ofacey. Ofacey. Am I pronouncing your name right? Ofacey. You want to turn your microphone on? Ofacey? Brother, you want to get it together? You slowing the game down right now, bro. Come on, you need your laces tied up. You can't tie your laces up when you got to hit the ball court, brother. Let's get Surge in. Surge in.
Hey, what's up, Terry? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you, Surge?
Hey, I'm not doing well, with the death of the brother, man. I think he was a really brilliant guy. And with what I've seen, what people, wrote on Twitter, dancing on someone's death, it's really sad to see that in the black community. And what I really wanted to say about the brother is that this guy was really factual. He was speaking with facts. He had data, statistics to prove his point. And I don't know why if you don't agree with him, you don't have to listen to him. And people were saying that he was bashing the black women. I think black women in America, they bashing themselves.
Yeah.
We see them, jumping on restaurant table, twerking here and there. Yeah, and that has a very big impact because we have what we call the ethnic, the ethnic, when a black person does something, it impacts everybody. And Iyanla Van Zandt told that black women were out of order. Shahzad Ali did say the same thing, and nobody really didn't pay attention. But just because Kevin Samuel was able to bring this poem and be factual, bring the statistics and the proof and the evidence and everything, people start hating on him. And
Yes.
when you ask to these people what to be more specifics on the thing that they disagree with Kevin Samuel, they are not even able to articulate. He
Yes.
usually had a show
Now, where
where
you
he wanted.
now, brother? Now, where are you from? Because I'm looking at your picture. Your hairline looks like you're from Ghana. Now, where are you from?
No, I'm from Cameroon in Africa, but
Oh,
I'm calling from Texas. Yeah. So
oh, you're in
anyway,
Texas. Okay.
yeah,
How
I'm in
long? How
Texas.
long you been over here, brother?
15 years. Yeah.
There you
So
go, my
yeah, I
man.
just wanted to
Thank you,
say
but thank you. We gotta land
it's
that
really.
plane. We gotta land that plane, brother. All right, let's get Miss Mitchell, Miss Mitchell in here. All right.
Hello, Tariq.
Hey, Miss Mitchell, how are you, beloved?
I am doing well. I am doing really well. I can't believe I'm even on here. I told my husband, I don't know if I want to be able to get on, but I'm on.
Yes, indeed. Yes, and where's your husband? Where is he?
He just got home, so he's using the restroom.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. In the man cave. Oh yeah. Uh,
Yes.
so what's on your mind?
I'm really sad. I know I personally don't know Kevin Samuels on a personal level, but I would watch his YouTube channel all the time as much as I watch yours.
Yeah.
And me being a black woman, um, I agree with almost everything that he said. I don't care about your tone. You know, the way I grew up, my aunt, my uncles, they'll speak how they speak. You know what I mean? Like, I guess just being black, like we're used to people keeping it real. And
Yeah,
he would always keep it real. And I don't care about the his tone or his delivery. The things that he said had a big impact. And specifically on African American men or FBA men, he had a big impact because who's going to hold us black women accountable?
yeah,
Because who can? If I try to hold another black woman accountable, it'll be some drama. You know what I mean? So if women can't hold women accountable and men can't hold women accountable, who will? So
yeah. Very good point, sister. Very good point. And we have to look at it like that. See, black men, we're always being held accountable for everything. We're always told we got to do this, got to do that, you got to do better, you got to do this, but it can't go the other way. And I don't like to even make it into a gender warring thing. Again, I don't like to do the gender warring thing at all because black men and black women, we're all in the same boat. Let's get Nakia, I think, or Nika. I think.
Yes. Hi, Tariq.
Hey, dear, where you
Um,
from?
hey, I listened to his show and have spoken to him before. And I will say that, with 74% of Black women managing the purse of the house, and, over 70% of Black women being unmarried, we're talking about 80 OS women. His message was clear, and there was nothing wrong with his message. And how dare people be upset with him, but okay with their boss that they see every day, or whoever is denying them a paycheck or the next promotion. And so it's a state of emergency for relationships. And so if one doesn't like one's delivery, one doesn't have to subscribe. But that message is really important, the message of harnessing feminism. And too often, Black women seek advice from other single Black women, which is a mistake.
Right.
And so, as a married woman, he was speaking truth to power with that alpha male energy that some women just need to hear. There is
Yeah.
a new wave of Black feminism that has not served our community well. It didn't serve our community well in the 60s and the 70s and in the 80s, and it's not serving our community well now. Marriage is at a crazy decline. He talked a lot about, um, you know, infidelity and how that shouldn't be a deal breaker. He talked a lot about marriage as, um, an economic engine for economic power and building family and retirement,
Yeah.
which is very important. And so, some people may get caught up in the delivery. That's part of the marketing, right? That's part of why he had over 1 million subscribers and a thriving business.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is a message that needs to be heard, and it needs to be heard by Black women for Black women specifically, because a lot of us know a lot of single Black women out here trying to have babies at 45, being told that you can have it all, and that's just not true.
Yeah.
And so, I'm definitely saddened by his death. Rest in peace to him, his family, people who love him, but also raving fans and people who need to hear that type of message. And there are new. I don't want to call you a new leader. Obviously, you've been in the game since, you know. I mean, for
Long.
decades, right? In addition to Hidden Colors and all the wonderful things that you've done. But there's a different delivery mechanism for different people, and he harnessed his own. And so, the women who are celebrating his death should be ashamed of themselves and really should be ostracized, because how could you celebrate his death and work in the America that we have grown up in? Shame on us, and we should comment and call people out
Yes.
who are negative in that way. But definitely.
Thank you so much, beloved. You got to land that plane, guys. Thank you, dear. We got to land the planes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Bung Jello. Bung Jello.
Greetings.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'll be concise with this. So, firstly, when I joined in, I did not know that he had passed, but as I realized it, I felt a heaviness in my chest. So, I can definitely say that I'm very, very saddened by this. I had a chance, I actually called in on his show one time, and I was particularly interested about his comments about natural hair, and he gave me some really good insights as to what he was speaking about, and I had a great conversation with him. But what I want to just say and keep it brief is that when I think about Kevin Samuels, I think about nuance. I think about when he first started to where he ended. He started making videos in his car. There wasn't a certain strategy with it. He was talking about men, as people said. Wasn't too much criticism about that because, again, I think we're more comfortable with holding men to task about certain things, and I think that what Kevin Samuels was able to do was he was able to actually show how powerful women can be because women started to pay more attention, which then gave rise to his message and what he was trying to do from the very beginning, which was something that collectively men on their own who were watching him before he was talking about women, he wasn't able to leverage. Obviously, he did the work with, like, even his setup. When you would look at how everything was, he had, multiple cameras. It wasn't, his presentation was very well thought out and well intentioned, and there was strategy and there was marketing behind it that I think that in essence, he has started a really great conversation between men and women about looking at yourself and doing proper self-assessment, and touched on some really great topics such as health, mental health. I think that's really underrated in terms of how he tried to funnel women's attention to therapy, mental health, all of these things, men as well. And having realistic expectations, and doing self-reflection and proper self-assessment. And I think that he has left a legacy of having all of us come together and talk about things that are really important to us in our community. So I want to thank him for that, and I'm going to land the plane.
thank you so much, beloved. All right. All right. Oh, let's get Stan in here. And let's kind of get to the point. Stan.
Okay, I'll keep it short. So I'm 23 years old. I was watching Kevin Samuels back in late 2017, early 2018 when I graduated from high school, and I will say this: he, for my generation, I personally will say, from my experience watching him, he has a gigantic impact on the Black community, men in general, just because I saw a lot of what my father had taught me and still teaching me, and my uncles and my grandfather. He was, in a way, saying the same thing. And yes, it was in a more direct way, but as a man, and as most men, how I was raised, you don't have time to do the whole just cupcake around it, beat around the bush. You gotta let this person know this information now, because once you're out on your own and the world hits you in the teeth, no one doesn't have time. Kevin Sanders always said this. He said, "The world does not owe you understanding."
Yeah.
And if you think you have time to just have somebody hold your hand and expect you to just go, you've got to just understand you can't have people just hold your hand. And
Amen. Thank you so much. Let's get Ray Gunn. Ray Gunn, hop in.
Good evening, all. I just read about Mr. Samuel's passing. I never watched any of his videos. My comment is on hate and hate speech. I'm a retired psychiatric nurse, worked 26 years in the profession, and I was taught early on, you can hate the behavior, but you cannot hate the person.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I just want to share with you is I like Eastern philosophy. There is a Japanese philosopher by the name of Yasutani Roshi who wrote, "The fundamental delusion of humanity is to presume I am here and you are out there." Thank you for your time. Tariq, thank you for everything that you do.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Ray. All right, we get one more person in here. Let's get one more person talking about the passing of our brother Kevin Samuels. People are chiming in on their feelings about that. I'll get one more, then we'll wrap this thing up. Let me look and see who we have. We got a lot of folks trying to get in here. Um, we get one more person. I want to get some people who have not been on here before. Let's get this brother named Feathers, but I don't know if I'm gonna have him on here with a name like Feathers. Let's get I get brother Sauce in here. Sauce Skywalker. We get brother Sauce. What's up, Sauce? Turn the microphone on, brother.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
How you doing,
I'm
Sauce?
doing pretty well, man. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. The only thing I wanted to say, other than that, is just, the message that he delivered. I mean, if you look at it objectively, take the feelings out, both men and women. I think he was really trying to do a lot for our community. And I don't want to get too deep into it because I do think that there's an agenda being pushed, especially on our black community, where they're trying to divide our men and our women on a gender base. And I love that you said that earlier. Like, hey, I don't want to divide it on that or really get into that. But I just hope that people
Yeah.
really look at what he was really trying to say objectively, take the feelings out of it, and really look at our communities. Look how many people are growing up in single parent homes. Look how many people aren't getting married. If you've been single in the last 2, 3 years, men and women, that the dating pool is trash out here right now. And a lot of it
Yeah.
is coming down to our own egos. A lot of it is coming down to people not wanting to hear each other out, both men and women. And for on the women's side, not living in their femininity. On the men's side, not protecting our women how we should be. And he talked about all of that. So was he perfect? No. Did I agree with everything he said? Absolutely not. But the stuff that I did agree with, I took it with me. And the stuff that I didn't agree with, I let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. So that's all I wanted to
Yes.
say. Appreciate you having this space for us to go ahead and speak about him and let our feelings out. And I hope y'all have a good night.
Thank you, brother. All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap it up, man. I appreciate everybody for chiming in, man. I think we had a very constructive dialogue. Some people were, they had good feelings toward the brothers. Some people had some skeptical feelings toward the brothers and towards the brother. And this was an opportunity to just let your feelings be known and speak on the brother passing. No matter how you feel, that's still a human being. That was a brother. It's foundational Black American, and we just show respect to the person as a human being. Um, we're still waiting on an official announcement of how the brother transitioned. So that might be coming tomorrow sometime. But nonetheless, guys, we pop our collar to him. Y'all go follow me on my YouTube channel, Tariq Radio. You guys need to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tariq Radio. Um, Go to Amazon, get my book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter, if you have not gotten that book already. Also, go to officialfba.com to get more information about the Foundational Black American movement and our reparations claim. And you guys have a very good evening. Papi Akute, a little avuve to the family.